this video, I want to talk about the easing of the lockdown in the UK and what it means going forward. Now, at the end of the video, please do leave your opinion in the comment section because this is RJ's Chats and it's not just my opinion. I want this to be like a conversation. I want to put my view out there and I want to hear from you guys as well. And let's talk about it. Firstly, I just want to say I know the camera keeps glitching or doing this weird autofocus thing. I am trying to figure out a way to sort that out because I think it also done that in my previous videos as well. Not a clue why it's doing that. So, with lockdown easing in the UK, that now means that places are reopening, people are going back to work, and people have a lot of concerns regarding social distancing and protecting themselves against catching COVID-19. Everyone that is going back to work, social distancing measures is being put into place by their companies, apparently. But me personally, I still don't feel like it's safe. I still feel like we're going back too soon. But you also can't blame the government, and I know there's quite a few people out there that are. I know I was myself until I sat down and really thought about it. For going back to work so soon and rushing through the phases that they set in place to get the country back to normal. Now, the reason why I say that is because the moment that lockdown was announced and everyone was told they're gonna be on furlough, there was a lot of people that saw that not as let me stay home, let me stay safe, let me help not spread the virus, but they saw it as a chance rather, and take some time to go out, socialise with friends, have barbecues. If you check, I think the earliest post I saw was just, I think, about 3 days after lockdown. There was people going to near enough every single beach in the UK and just sunbathing. Same could be said as well for parks. People going to parks, just sunbathing. So you really can't blame them, because the same people that were doing that are probably the same people now moaning at the government saying, how can you be sending us back? It's not safe. You got yourself to blame. You really do. And for those of you that was following the guidelines and still complaining, you've got every right to. I was trying to follow the guidelines as closely as I could. The only time I really left was if it was important. And, I'm really annoyed by it as well. But luckily the company I work for, they've got a really good response to keeping us safe when we're back at work. So I'm really appreciative of that. And I feel a lot more comfortable now as well, travelling into work with TfL having hand sanitizers at their stations, and the extent they're going to keep their buses and their trains all clean. What was I saying? That's bad. So basically, yeah, you can't really blame the government for trying to get everything back to normal as quickly as they are. Because, the majority of the people, I should say, are basically showing them that they're happy to go back to work by socialising the way they're socialising. And there's going to be many of people that are in the same position that don't want to be going back to work, but they have to. Then they've got loved ones that depend on them. And guys, to all of you that are in the same boat, just like I said, be careful at work. Be mindful of what you're doing. Try and keep 2 meters apart from everyone. Everything that the government's saying, yeah, I guess it works. So just go through with it, really. Now, going forward, I think that this social distancing thing will still be in effect, but not to the manner that it is now. So, in terms of if you go to a public place, it probably won't be in effect there. It'll just be, make sure you're wearing a mask, or you've got antibacterial hand and you always keep your hands clean and stuff like that. Especially since considering they've started allowing group sports such as football. I think it's 2 days after the bookmakers are reopened, that will be the first football game on, I think. So going forward, definitely I think in public places it will become less of a thing, and they'll just kind of advise you to keep yourself clean, like I said. But I would definitely think in shops, any shops on the high street, this will be their like for the long haul now. Not only is it a good way of trying to help just keep things clean in the shop, it would, COVID-19, it's going to be a thing that's around for life now. It really will. It's just as medicine develops, we're going to get vaccines for it that work very well. We're going to get treatments that work very well. And it will just become one of those things that we end up living alongside. And, if you get it and you catch it early enough and you get it treated, you'll be fine. Much like many other things. So yeah, going forward, it will definitely get better. But people just have to be careful, really. So I never intended to make a long video, so I'm just going to wrap it up here. I just want to say that as a nation, I think when this whole thing started, we handled it fairly well. Like I said earlier, there was quite a few people that let us down. For those of you that did do what the government recommended to try and stop the spread of the virus, I think it was very good when everyone come together to support the NHS. I thought that was very nice, and I don't know about you guys where you are, but in my area that actually died down pretty quickly. So let me know in the comments below if it still happens every Thursday in your area, or if it's something that's completely died out. But yeah, I feel like during this thing so far, I've gotten to know my neighbours fairly well. I'm definitely a bit more closer now to them, and to my community as a whole. I feel like I actually pay more attention to it now as this whole thing is going along. So, look towards the brighter side of this whole pandemic, look towards the good things that are coming out of it. And hopefully, as a nation, we can try and push forward and actually, despite what I said earlier, try and get rid of this thing altogether, which would be brilliant. It might be a bit of a pipe dream, but it really, really would be brilliant. The government, during this whole thing so far, they deserve a bit of credit. I won't say too much, because there's definitely been things towards the beginning of the outbreak that they should have done differently to try and stop the spread. But so far, I think they've done fairly well. But like I said, there's room for improvement. And as for the easing up of lockdown, like I said earlier, I think it's a little bit too soon, but hey, we'll see how it goes. So guys, I'm going to end it there. I just want to say a big thank you for watching the video all the way through. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a like, share, subscribe, and click that notification button so you don't miss out on any of the videos that I'll be posting in the few coming days, hopefully, if I could get them done. Thank you very much, and I'll see you soon.